Hey guys, welcome back to Foundation Friday. Today I'm going to be using the Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick. Hourglass is cruelty-free. This foundation is also vegan. And if you caught my 2016 favorites video, this was mentioned in it. So I really wanted to make sure to do a Foundation Friday on it soon. So this is what I used today to get this look. As always, I did half my face with a beauty blender, half my face with a brush, decided which looked best. And then I will be doing check-ins throughout the day so you guys can see how this wears on me. I do have combination dry skin, and lately with the weather here, it's definitely been more on the dry side, which I think is what this foundation is suited for. I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit about it from the Hourglass website. So it says this is a medium full coverage foundation. I do think it's definitely buildable, and it's for sensitive, normal, and dry skin types. The finish is described as satin, matte, radiant, and natural. It is a long-wearing foundation stick with the coverage of a concealer, fluidity of a foundation, and weightlessness of a powder for invisible full coverage. So it says it's a concentrated formula infused with double the amount of pigment than traditional foundations for instant full coverage in one application. It also says it's a long-wearing waterproof formula that provides 12-hour coverage. I didn't know it claimed to be waterproof. That's very, very interesting. And it does have a very unique shape, so it is a triangle shape. And I think that that's very unique because most foundation sticks are a round shape, and that can make it difficult to get into the little areas of your face. I do think that could make this a great option if you wanted to get multiple shades. You had one for foundation, one for highlight, and one to contour, because you could really use this shape to like chisel your cheeks. As with the other Foundation Friday videos, I will be doing half my face with a beauty sponge and half my face with a brush, and then the check-ins throughout the day. So let's get right into it so you guys can see how this wears on me. I'm going to start by using the 100% Pure Luminous Primer. I've been using this in pretty much every Foundation Friday video. I think consistency is really key to help show you guys the difference in the actual foundations. So I'm going to be using this today as well. It's just really hydrating, really nourishing, and gives my skin a nice glow. For foundation today, I'll be using the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. This one is in the shade Nude, and this is just a really, really nice stick foundation. This was in my 2016 favorites. Hourglass does sell a brush that comes with it, but for consistency's sake, I'm going to use the same brush I've used in my other Foundation Friday videos. So I'm going to apply this to half my face and blend that out with the Beauty Blender Pro. Then I will apply it to the other half of my face and blend that out with the Beauty and the Base brush from MOTD. I find that with this product, because it's so creamy, it gets a little, I kind of want to say melty. It blends out a lot easier. So start with less product than you think you need, because once you start to work it into your skin and it warms up, you get way more coverage and way more mileage out of it than you even realize you're going to get. It is a very, very nice formula that as it warms up with your skin, it blends a lot better. So start small with this foundation, and then you can always just add more later. Now that is applied on one side of my face, I'm going to blend that out using the Beauty Blender Pro. Since this foundation is sold with a brush, I'm not expecting the best results from this, but I have used it with the Beauty Blender and it's worked okay. And you can see that this does have really nice natural coverage. I'd say it's a medium coverage foundation, and it did do a good job of really balancing out my skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the other half of my face and blend that out with the brush. And now I'm going to look at this in a mirror close up and see if I can see much of a difference between the two sides. I feel like the foundation does have more coverage on the side where I use the brush compared to the Beauty Blender. On both sides, it's not settling into my pores, it's not accentuating any dryness. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the application using the brush. So I'm gonna put just a little more product on and then blend all over once again with the brush. Now that that is evenly applied, I'm going to go in with the 100% Pure Second Skin Concealer. This is in the shade White Peach, which is also what I've been using in pretty much every Foundation Friday video. And I'm going to blend that out with the Beauty Blender Pro. I'm almost out of this shade. I'm like scraping the sides of this. So I'm gonna have to switch to a different concealer or a different shade of this soon, but I'm going to apply that under my eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Highlighter Kit. This is in the shade Light, and I'm just going to use this to highlight and contour some of the areas of my face. So I'm going to go in with the banana shade and apply a little bit of that under my eyes, just where I have the darkest spots, and I'm using the MOTD Conceal Your Secret brush for this today. I'm going to use the shade Neutral to highlight down my nose and the other high points of my face. I'm going to blend out my highlight with the Beauty Blender Pro. And I'm going to use that same concealer brush to apply my contour. I've wiped off any extra product. So I'm going to go in with the Light Sculpt shade and apply that down the edges of my nose and under my lip. As well as under my cheekbones and along my jawline. And I'm going to set everything with the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent Light. And I'm actually going to go in with the Anastasia Pro Pencil and just highlight under my brows a little bit more to help define them and give them some shape. I've been trying to grow out my brows, so they've been a little kind of like crazy and uneven lately. And it's not even that I want to grow them out to be like thicker or bigger, but I don't know, I've just wanted to like see what they do on their own. So I haven't really been plucking them or anything like that at all. It's been a while. So I just thought that I would just see what they do on their own, but I am just needing to give them a little shape. I'm going to go in and deepen up my contour a little bit and add some definition to my face using the Anastasia Powder Contour Kit, and I'll be using the MOTD Supermodel Sculpt brush. And for blush today, I'm actually going to be using the Maya bronzer from Root. I think this is a really, really gorgeous blush. And I'm going to add just a touch of the My Girl blush on top of that, just to give them a little more pop. And for highlight today, I'm going to be using the White Gold Illuminizer from Root. I recently picked this up and it's really, really pretty, so I really wanted to use it today. And I will be using that on the Mr. Handyman brush from MOTD. So if you get this, it is a loose powder and it is so bright, you guys will see in a second. So just really go in with a light hand at first. Do you guys see that? That is ridiculous. This stuff is so pretty. I think this would also be a really pretty eyeshadow. And then I'm going to apply the Anastasia lip gloss in Dainty. And I will be doing my eyeshadow in a separate video today. I'm going to be showing some Makeup Geek shadows that are a dupe for an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So that will be in a separate video. Since that is it for my face makeup, I'm going to do a check-in to just let you guys know how everything applied and is looking over the foundation. I think overall it looks really good. The blush had a little bit of trouble blending out. but I might have just been a little heavy-handed with it. The foundation looks really good. It's a really nice natural satin finish. It's not too full coverage. It's not too light coverage. Like I said, this is a good medium coverage, and it's not settling in anywhere. It's not caking up. I think it just looks really nice. So I'm going to continue to do check-ins throughout the day. I'm gonna finish up my eye makeup and do another check-in, and then I'll do a couple more later today so you guys can see how this wears over time on my skin. It's been about 2.5 hours since I finished my makeup. We filmed some other videos, we ate lunch, things like that. So I thought it was a good time to do the first check-in. So I'm just gonna take a look in the mirror and see how the foundation looks. On the monitor, it looks really nice still, but I'm gonna look close up. I feel like it looks better now than it actually did right after I applied it. I do think that this foundation continues to warm up to your skin and kind of just lay on it better and better as it gets warmed up. So it is not, you know, settling into any pores. It's not settling into any dry spots or clinging to any dry spots. I feel like it just looks really nice, and all my other makeup is still there. You can still see like my blush and my highlight. At this point, the foundation is wearing really nicely. So I will be doing a couple more check-ins today so you guys can see it over time. I really want to try and see what that 12-hour claim is like. It's now been about 8 hours since I applied the foundation, so I'm going to do another check-in. I feel like in general it has gotten much more glowy and dewy looking just all over my face. I don't think it's really settling in too many places. It is a little bit on my smile lines, but again, that's pretty normal for me. It's not settling into any pores. It's not accentuating dryness. My skin feels really nice. It feels really, really hydrated. I do think that I'm losing coverage here around my nose and a little bit just on this cheek in particular right here. The other side, the coverage is still fine. I might have been resting my hand on my face. I might have been doing that. So if so, that's my fault. It probably was. And here, I feel like this is another area where I tend to lose coverage because that's where I get a little more oily. I think at this point, it still looks really good. I don't have any complaints, and I will do at least one more check-in today. It's now been about 11.5 hours since I first applied the foundation, so this is going to be my final check-in today. I really wanted to make it past 12 hours, but it's not gonna happen. Just too much going on today. As far as coverage goes, I'd say it's definitely faded in a lot of places, on my nose, on my cheeks, and on my forehead too, but it's done so in a very gradual way. So it still looks totally natural. Even where there is still coverage, it doesn't look cakey, it's not settling into pores. But I'm not sure about this lasting a full 12 hours and being full coverage. On me, that's not the case, but I also didn't use a setting spray. Maybe if I had baked, like there are things that will definitely factor into that. So I think it is worth testing out. I'll probably try it with some other primers. Maybe I'll try it with the Hourglass primer next and see how that goes. And I will also try baking it too. It just looks really nice still, even though it has definitely faded. It's faded very, very naturally. And I feel like my skin just feels really, really soft and really nice. It feels like I've been wearing a moisturizer all day, so it's definitely not at all drying. And keep in mind, I do have, like I said, combination dry skin that is definitely more on the dry side right now. So if you have oily skin, I'm not sure how this would wear for you. If you have oily skin and you've tried this foundation, leave a comment down below and just let me know how it wears on you. I will see you guys next week with another Foundation Friday.